I watched a film that I know has been very inspirational for several uh, currently making film directors. And it's one that I've been trying to see for a while, and I finally located a copy. Um, I cannot, I don't know, I'm going to say her name wrong. Let's see if I can say it right. Euzhan Palcy? Did I say that right? I don't know. Euzhan, so I'm thinking Yushan. Anyways, this was her first film. It's Sugarcane Alley, and if you recall, a few months ago, I did a poll where I asked several people to respond. I got about 500 responses of essential films by women, and one of the people who responded was Cassie Lemons, whose film I watched last night, and I've seen all but one of her films. She responded, and she gave me three films. This film, Sugarcane Alley, Daughters of the Dust, and The Piano. Those were the three films that really inspired her to want to make films. And so I finally found a copy of Sugarcane Alley. So I wanted to watch it this month because next month TCM is showing A Dry White Season, which has Marlon Brando in it. It's her second film, and I try to watch one film per filmmaker a month. So, now is the time. So she studied filmmaking. She grew up in Martinique and studied filmmaking in Paris, where she met Francois Truffaut, who helped her get this film made. And it's based on a novel by Joseph Zobel, who also grew up in Martinique. And it's sort of a semi-autobiographical novel about growing up near the sugar canes. And it was published in Paris. And he stated that it was his version of Richard Wright's Black Boy, and that they were both semi-autobiographical accounts of a specific place and time where they were growing up. Different places, but in it, a boy named Jose is growing up with his grandmother because his parents have passed, and she works in the cane fields, and he is going to school, and she's making sure he's going to school, and she's making sure he's going to get out and do something with his life, and it's about her dedication to his betterment of life and how unfair the government is towards them, and how he does well in school and he gets a scholarship, but it's not a full scholarship, and it's how are they going to pay for it? But she's going to figure it out because she's a tough woman, And there's a lot of race relations, both among the African descendants as well as the white people that are barely there because this is not really their story. But so all those race relations are sort of mixed in. There's a great scene with the kid and this woman later in the film where she's been robbed, and she's talking about how she hates that race, meaning the black people, but she herself is also black, and he's trying to figure out why she would say that, and would white people ever say that, and her point of view is very different from his point of view, but he's still very young, but maybe he knows what his point of view is a truer point of view. It's not really for you to know as a viewer. It's for him as a child to figure out what he knows that's true and what he still is learning, and it's just really wonderful. The woman who played his grandmother, her name was Darling Legitimus, and she was 76 years old, and she won the Best Actress Award at the Venice Film Festival that year, and she is amazing. As is the kid. His name is Gary Cadenet, and I'm not sure, it looks like he made one episode of TV later in his life, so it's one of those one-off performances, and he's such a great actor, and he's so, there's so much light coming from his face that you can see how bright his future is just based on how intelligent and how willing he is to do the work to better himself. And how much hope he has instilled from how much hope he has that's been instilled from his leaders and from his grandmother and from his friend. He has this friend named is it Meduse, who is an oral storyteller, and he's told the story that he was told by his father about when his father was brought from Africa. And there's a sad moment, where Jose's like, well, I'll go to Africa with you. And he's like, I don't have anyone left in Africa. That's not for me. I won't be able to go there till I die. And then he's like, and I can't take you with me. And it's like really, really heartbreaking. I've seen several really great films that take place in the Caribbean lately, that are made by women telling these great stories of both women and children in the Caribbean. Or is it Caribbean? It never is one pronunciation better than the other. I don't know. I'm sure there's like an entire like Caribbean film culture that I don't know anything about that I would love to know more about. It's like Pandora's box. The more you start knowing, the more you want to know. This is a beautiful film. I hope you can find it. It's from 1983. It's written and directed by Euzhan Palcy. Sugarcane Alley, also sometimes called Black Shack Alley. It's really, really good. I'm going to see if I can try to find the novel it's based on now, because I like to read everything as well as watch everything. I'm being attacked by a kitten off screen right now. She's biting my arm. I'm trying not to scream. Have a good night. Try to find this movie. Don't forget that TCM is showing nothing but films directed by women on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the entire month of October, and you should watch every single film that they show because you will love them.